The day I officially became CEO of Morrison Industries began at 6 a.m. I stood alone in the executive office that had once belonged to my father, watching the sunrise paint the city skyline in shades of gold. 3 years earlier, I had been sitting in a hospital chair receiving chemotherapy while wondering if I would survive. Now I held the keys to a company worth millions. Life had an unusual sense of balance. Jenny walked in carrying a tablet and a cup of coffee. "Good morning, Miss Morrison." "Morning." "What's first?" She smiled. "Your parents are already downstairs asking if they can keep their executive parking spaces." I couldn't help laughing. They really don't give up. They also asked whether Madison could keep her corporate credit card. "Tell security the answer is no." Jenny nodded with a grin. "Already done." The first board meeting started at 8. The room felt different this time. People who had once ignored my suggestions now waited quietly for me to begin. I opened the meeting with a single slide. "New beginning. Our goal isn't just to save Morrison Industries," I said. "We're going to rebuild it into a company people trust again." Over the next hour, I announced difficult decisions. Luxury offices would be sold. Private memberships canceled. Executive bonuses suspended until the company returned to profit. The money would instead be invested in research, employee training, and reducing debt. No one argued. The numbers spoke for themselves. By lunchtime, the financial news channels were already reporting the changes. New CEO begins aggressive turnaround at Morrison Industries. The company's stock climbed another 8%. That afternoon, Jenny knocked softly. "There's someone here asking to see you." "Who?" "Your former oncology nurse." I looked up in surprise. "Emily?" Jenny smiled. "She said you would remember her." I hurried into the reception area. Emily looked exactly as I remembered, only a little older. She smiled the moment she saw me. "You still look healthier than the last time I saw you." I hugged her tightly. "I wouldn't be here without people like you." She laughed. "I just did my job." "No," I said quietly. "You treated me like I mattered when I felt invisible." We spent nearly an hour catching up. Before leaving, I handed her a folder. "What is this?" "A donation agreement." She opened it slowly. Her eyes widened. "Olivia, this says $5 million. I've created the Morgan Cancer Support Foundation." She looked at me in confusion. Morgan, my mother's maiden name. Tears filled her eyes. "The foundation will pay for treatment for patients who can't afford it." Emily covered her mouth. "You really did it." I nodded. Double quotes. "No one should ever have to choose between money and staying alive." A month later, the foundation officially opened. The first 20 patients received full financial support. Watching them begin treatment without worrying about bills felt better than closing any business deal. Success suddenly had a much deeper meaning. Meanwhile, Morrison Industries continued improving. Within 6 months, the company returned to profitability. Employee satisfaction reached its highest level in a decade. Several international clients returned after years away. Business magazines called it one of the greatest corporate recoveries in recent history. One Friday evening, Jenny entered my office carrying another message. "Your father is here again." I looked out the window. This time I didn't feel angry. "Send him in." He entered slowly. He looked older, smaller somehow. "I heard about the foundation," he said. "It's wonderful." "Thank you." He stood awkwardly. "I've been volunteering lately." I raised an eyebrow. "At the local cancer center." He swallowed. "I can't change what I did." "No, I know. But I wanted to spend whatever years I have left helping families who are going through what you went through." For a long moment, neither of us spoke. Finally, I nodded. "I hope you keep doing it." He smiled softly. "I will." Before leaving, he stopped at the door. "I'm proud of you." Those were words I had waited years to hear. But strangely, I no longer needed them. After he left, I walked over to the window. The city lights stretched for miles below. My phone buzzed. The foundation had just approved funding for its 100th patient. I smiled. 3 years earlier, my family had chosen a wedding over my life. Today, I had chosen to spend my success saving the lives of strangers. That was the difference between wealth and value. Money could buy flowers, designer dresses, and extravagant celebrations. Compassion could buy someone another chance to live. And in the end, that was the only investment that truly mattered.